Good morning, 7 a.m. Monday morning. Lots of stuff happening this week. You can hear the sweet sound of somebody holding down their car horn. Welcome to the urban farm. We've got a lot of beds to prep this week, and I think we're going to get a lot of it done today. I've got to pull out one of these Salanova beds. These have all been cut. This was cut 4 times, so this one has produced more than its money's worth. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I just know, just going off memory and what we harvested each one of these cuts, we've got well over 100 pounds off this bed. I would say probably 150 pounds. So that's done really well. So we're gonna pull that one out today and pull off the land. We're gonna pull out the plugs, the Salanova plugs, just like this. And then we'll pull off the fabric. We'll lay down some turkey manure, turn that bed over, plant it to something else. These ones, I think we'll wait to get another cut, so maybe we'll cut them tomorrow and then turn them over. And we've got couple beds to turn over at our other urban plot that's close by, 2 beds to turn over on our plot that's across the highway, and we've got 1 more bed that was a bed of carrots that we harvested last week to turn that one over and replant. Right now Mark's out in the front yard pulling out this spinach, and we're going to turn those over pretty quick and replant those as well. While Mark is out there pulling out that old spinach crop and getting ready to turn those beds under, I'm actually in the office doing paperwork. I gotta process a bunch of checks and pay bills and do all that really boring office stuff that needs to be done when you have a business. But I wanted to show you guys something here. We are gonna have a ton of lettuce to transplant this week and the next coming weeks, because it turns out, and I believe I showed this last video, but I just wanted to show the progress here. We had this latent germination with our green Salanova, which was really kind of funny, but it's like 100% germination now, and I thought it was 5%. So we are going to be putting a lot of plugs in the ground over the next week or 2. So stay tuned for that. You guys will see how it all plays out. And I'm just going to give these puppies a quick watering. While Mark they're planting out the front yard, I'm going to do business stuff, going to the bank. I'm going to slide into one of our urban plots just down the street here and check out what needs to be done. I'm pretty sure I know what needs to be done, but just pop in and take a look because it's on the way back from the bank. Okay, so I'm just on my way back from the bank, and this plot that I'm going to, you guys have seen it dozens of times. It's really close to my house. It's literally 2 blocks from my house, so it's probably, besides from my property, it's the most intensive plot we have. Like, it's the first into production, it's the last out of production, gets the most amount of rotations, and it actually gets the most amount of foot traffic because of its visibility. Just getting off my bike here, and when I want to check in on it, I usually just slide by like I am now on my bike and just peek over the fence. I don't even have to go in. I'm just looking right now to see what beds I'm going to turn over and what I can expect to have for harvest this week. So right now I'm looking at that bed of arugula. I'm going to turn it under, but I can probably just cut it again. Might as well get something from it. I've got this big bed of Salanova lettuce to cut, and that bed of red Russian kale right there. I can cut that now or tomorrow, so one of us will come by and harvest both of those beds either today or tomorrow, and then we'll stir up hoe out this red Russian bed that has been covered up. And then we've got one more bed there that'll probably be ready by Thursday. Be good to cut the first cut of it. So just turning over one bed here. Oh, two beds here this week, that arugula and red Russian kale bed. Just got back to the front yard of my house, and Mark has planted these beds. I like to hand water greens or anything that I have on drip. I like to hand water to start to get the seeds established, and then once they're established and they drop down some tap roots, the drip will be fine. You know, even the fact that there's, say, 8 inches between the emitters, 6 to 8 inches depending on which ones I have, and then, you know, 4 or 5 inches between each drip line. Once the taproot goes down a couple inches, you know, the fact that that water spread out doesn't really matter. It'll still grow the crop, but the germination is key if you know, it's hot and dry, which actually it isn't right now, but it normally is this time of year. I like to hand water it in just to establish those beds, get a nice germination rate, and then we're good to go. Those come out nice and easy. Prepping these beds after Salanova's been in it is really easy because there's barely any weed pressure, you know, except the odd weed that comes through one of the holes in the fabric. You know, put a bit of fertilizer in there and then run the tilther. Simple, really easy. Just replant them right away. I'm back on my bike, just finished lunch. Gonna head over to our Lawrence Avenue plot. Mark's there, gonna be starting to turn over some beds. I'm gonna quickly harvest what I can skim off there, bring it back here, and then I'm gonna head to another plot and do the same thing there. We've had so much rain in the last few days that the soil's really muddy, so it's hard for us to stir up hoe these beds clean, so we're gonna pull them clean. We're packing up, we're done for the day here. So if you saw any gnomes in this video, let me know. Leave your comments, questions below. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button right now. Check out my online course, profitableurbanfarming.com, and my book, theurbanfarmer.co. And if you want to make a donation to the show, it's much appreciated and always welcome. You can do that at theurbanfarmer.co/support. All right, see you tomorrow.